But we're going to now turn to John and Kirk because they're like, okay, Jeannie, the entire time needs to be spent on this one topic because they ran across this story. And again, it's one of those things where you can't believe it's happened. So, John and Kirk, thanks for joining me tonight. Appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
Okay, so this is about Dolson Township, and we briefly talked about this very, very small township, population about 328, and some of the problems that you were starting to see, and then all of a sudden you're seeing massive problems. So I'm just going to let you guys take it away and explain to the audience what is going on.
Well, I asked for numerous records here not quite 3 weeks ago. Immediately after my FOIA, the supervisor resigns, and which is always a red flag. And basically, I got the flash drive today. Actually, it was delivered in the mail, I guess, Saturday, and then picked up the mail today. So basically 12 months of records is what I was looking for. They have no minutes. Now, how does a township function with no minutes for the last 12 months? No subpoenas, no search warrants. I mean, everything I asked for, they said they don't have except bank records, which raises the question, why did you need 2 weeks to put a response together? They asked for an extended time. For what? They didn't give me any records other than the bank records. Well, I guess the bank records are enough to absolutely blown our minds. Rough calculation, I've only done it twice, but I've come up with over $215,000 of unbelievably questionable checks were written to the supervisor and or his wife or their farm. Pick an account, there's 6 different bank accounts, and they have literally cut checks to themselves from just about every account.
So is this one of those townships where it's all in the family? So the wife is involved as well in the township, or just the husband, or put all the players in place?
I don't know who the other players are.
Okay. The wife is the clerk. The husband is the former supervisor. He just resigned. They opened up a company called Grable Farms LLC. In December of 2024, just last December.
Mm-hmm.
One of the officers of that farm is their daughter, who also lives in Marshall, Illinois. We're not convinced that she knew anything about it. And also, in about the same time frame, his wife filed for an order of protection against him. That would have been September 17th. So his wife got an order of protection against him, against the supervisor, her husband.
And she's the clerk. So she's the clerk. She got an order of protection against her husband. And when did that happen again?
September 17th.
Okay, so this is obviously the watchdogs are onto them. He resigns, and now they're going to have some blows.
Apparently, and when you look at these checks, it's obvious that one of the signatures is a stamp, and it's the former supervisor's signature, which is a stamp, Thomas Grable. His wife, Kimberly, appears to be signing it unless she got her own stamp. Because some of the other checks, the signatures don't look the same.
So you guys, you've got 1 year of records, and you've already found over $200,000 that's been pilfered, you think, allegedly, from the township to their personal accounts.
Well, here's one example. They don't have a township building. But here was a check in August 21 for $25,639.06. It says in the memo, pay off mortgage to ISU Credit Union.
And that was out of the General Assistance Fund.
Yeah. And there was another General Assistance loan in the same month for August 21st of $25,737.
Wait a minute. Is this August 21st of this year?
Yes.
Okay, so this is only this year.
The PNC Bank. So there was a loan and a payoff mortgage to two separate banks in August of this year.
Well, it's pretty obvious what's going on.
And we didn't even get all of the bank records. We got a select sampling of the records over the last 12 months. They haven't provided them all. They said they would provide them. Oh, how do you put it here? The remainder of the requested bank statements will be provided as soon as they are available.
Okay, so if this township doesn't have a building, where do they operate out of? Where do they actually provide general assistance from?
We don't know. We're not aware of that.
Okay.
I do know the address, the mailing address for the township goes to a mobile home out in the country.
You're kidding me.
No, because I drove by and took some pictures.
Yeah, because this is right in your backyard. It's like 15 minutes from where Kirk lives. And how far is it from you, John? It was
over in Clark County, maybe 15 miles or so. And these guys were just elected in April of this year, too.
And they cleared out the checking account in that amount of time.
Apparently.
Well,
About
what are
4
months. You can't make this up.
And this is the town fund started out with $102,000, and they pretty well wiped it out in that 4 months. But just in the month of July, and I'm just going to rattle off these numbers. These are either to the clerk, which is the wife, or to the husband. July 7th, $5,000. July 7th, $5,000. July 10th, $2,000. Another one on the 10th for $2,000. Another one on the 10th for $2,000.
It was for fireworks.
July 16th for $2,000. $5,000 on the 25th. Another $3,000 on the 16th. Another $5,000 on the 25th. $5,000 on the 29th. Another $2,500 on the 29th, and another $5,000 on the 29th. That's just July.
God.
You literally cannot make this up.
You can't.
I am so shocked. I've never seen anything so disgusting from a township. I mean, this just reiterates why we have got to get rid of township government.
Well, did they learn from Oakland Township?
Apparently so. And July wasn't big enough for them. So, the 31st was another $5,000 check. Actually, two of them on the 31st. Then August 1st, $47.25. August 1st, another check for $5,000, and then a third check on August 1st for $10,000. I mean, it's like I said, $215,000 and change is what we've added up here, and we don't even have all the bank records.
All right, we're taking a short break. We'll be right back because this story will continue. Don't turn the dial. We'll be right back. This is a real story with Jeanne Ives.
You're listening to The Real Story with your host, Jeanne Ives.
Welcome back. Before we get back to the Watchdogs, I want to clean something up here. I know that we had a caller call in, wanted to know where she could write a check, did not want to donate online, to a worthy Republican cause. And so I hope she's listening, and I suggest sending it to Chris Miller, Illinois First, P.O. Box 159, Hinesboro, Illinois 61930. That's Chris Miller, P.O. Box 159, Hinesboro 61930. All right. Okay, but we're back to the Watchdogs because apparently there's trouble in Dolson Township. And yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, Kirk talked about the payments from the town fund. Here's some payments from the Road and Bridge Fund.
Oh, wait a minute. They're clearing out every checkbook in the township.
Yeah, apparently.
And keep in mind, Road and Bridge is a dedicated account that can only be used for Road and Bridge, and it's supposed to have oversight from the county highway engineer on those expenditures.
Is that a cousin of theirs? Sorry, it just feels like this is all in the family. Go ahead.
You won't believe this.
Okay.
So for their farm that they just established last December, $10,000 on July 22nd, $5,000 on July 25th, and $5,000 on July 29th. And also on July 25th, the clerk wrote herself a check for $5,000 for a web page that they don't have.
Yeah, I tried to Google them, and I don't see any website for them.
And it gets worse. In August, another July, more of them in July from the Road and Bridge Fund. Another $15,000 to their farm. Another $5,500 to their farm, and that was August 1st. And August 11th, $5,000 to their farm. And August, another one August 1st for another $10,000 to their farm.
So when did they get arrested?
Well, that's a great question.
I know, and I'm serious. When did they get arrested? This is outrageous. You show this to anybody, and they're going to be like, arrest their asses, put them in jail, and then do the investigation.
I'm waiting on the state police to respond to my FOIA. They extended me, which is not surprising. That's typical. We've not had much success with the state police giving records without, having to sue them. We understand from, the whistleblowers that the state police are involved. So we're waiting to see what kind of report they've got. But so far, I checked Judicia again today, there's still no charges filed anywhere. This is so blatant, it's unbelievable.
You can't make this up.
Do you want to know what we're going to do?
What are you going to do?
We're going to copy all these checks. Oh, they wrote $500 to Grable Farms from the cemetery fund too. Same in July.
So general assistance fund, township fund, road and bridge fund, and the cemetery fund. So they're writing checks to themselves out of 4 different township funds. And these township funds, folks, they get some of it from the state taxpayers, so we all should care about this. But it's generally property taxes that they're collecting money from.
So what we're going to do is we're going to copy all these checks that were written and personally mail them in the U.S. Postal Service to every resident of the township, which is only 300 something, with a short note to let them know what their township supervisor and clerk were writing checks to. And then we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's great. You know what? I'm happy to pay your postage on that one.
We'll take you up on that.
Well, there's one.
I knew you would.
There's one account. They only gave us the month of January, so we don't know how much more there might be that they don't have records for.
Okay, now the other thing that's interesting here, you guys wrote a little bit of a little report on this, and you can't find any information about when they have meetings.
Nothing.
Correct.
Do they? And if they don't have I guess they could meet in the library or something like that, and they have no dedicated building. So how do they do general assistance? Do they have a shed where they store any of their road and bridge maintenance equipment, like
Well, Jeanne, in small townships, the road commissioner is authorized to pay rent to himself to store road and bridge equipment in his own barns or garages on his personal farm. That's because down here there's lots of townships that don't have town buildings, and there's lots of road districts that don't have property in the road districts' names. So the farmers end up being the road commissioners, and obviously most every farmer has large barns, and then they store the equipment inside the barns, and they're authorized to pay themselves a limited amount of money. And
well, who's the road commissioner?
I don't know off the top of my head right now.
We don't know yet because we can't get any information.
Well, that's the funny thing, because they have no website. You can't track them. The supervisor doesn't answer his phone, and nobody knows when their meetings are. So I don't. This just seems so bad. It's so fake. And where are the legislators on this? What the hell?
Yeah, the sad part of this is not now theft of this level, assuming it is theft, because it does appear to be theft. But this happens all over southern Illinois at these townships.
I think that's the important point here, is that this is not a one-off. This happens everywhere, and it's not just in Dolton, Illinois, or Thornton Township or anything like that. That's not. There's bad actors everywhere on this corruption because there's bad people getting elected office. All right, that's all I have time for. I'm going to get cut off. Thanks for joining me tonight.